On May 10, 1996, the top of the world turned into a meat grinder. On Mount Everest, above 26,000 feet, you enter what high-altitude mountaineers call the death zone. There isn't enough oxygen to sustain human life. Your body is literally dying, cell by cell, minute by minute. Success depends on a razor-thin margin of time. You have a turnaround time, usually 2 RPM. If you haven't hit the summit by then, you turn back, no matter what. Because if you don't, the future, your life back in Seattle or Tokyo, disappears. During the infamous 1996 disaster, several world-class guides and clients ignored the clock. As the sun began to dip and a massive storm front moved in, the temporal horizon of the climbers began to collapse. In the biology of performance, this is known as cognitive tunneling. When the brain is flooded with hypoxia and the optimization driver screams for the experience of the summit, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles long-term planning and if-then scenarios, shuts down. The future, which used to be years of life, shrinks to the next 60 seconds. This is axis A, the zero horizon. When time collapses, morality and logic collapse with it. You don't see a teammate in trouble, you see an obstacle. You don't see a storm, you see a delay. On Everest that day, men walked past dying friends because their temporal lens had narrowed to a pinprick. They weren't evil, they were operating in a zero horizon. Axis A, the temporal horizon. The first axis of our model measures the distance your mind travels into the future before it makes a decision. It is the most volatile of the 3 axes because it is the first to break under pressure. 1. The zero horizon, the predator, the panic. In the zero horizon, there is no tomorrow. There is only the immediate itch, the immediate threat, or the immediate reward. The neurochemistry, high cortisol, high adrenaline, low serotonin. The behavior, impulsive, binary, fight, flight, and often selfish. The trap. It is incredibly effective for escaping a tiger, but it is catastrophic for running a civilization. When a financial market hits the zero horizon, we get a flash crash. When a relationship hits it, we get a scorched earth breakup. To's the finite horizon, the architect, the professional. This is where most functional human life happens. You are optimizing for projects, careers, and the well-being of your children. The focus cycles quarters and decades. The strength. It allows for delayed gratification, the fundamental building block of society. The balance. It balances today's execution with tomorrow's continuity. The eternal horizon, the sage, the founder. This is the rarest coordinate. It is the optimization for values that outlive the individual. It's the cathedral builder mindset. Beginning a stone structure you know you will never see finished. The strength. High resilience. If you are playing a 100-year game, a bad week doesn't break you. The danger. If it's disconnected from the present, zero, it becomes ivory tower dreaming, beautiful ideas that have no legs. The amputation of later. The great tragedy of human systems is that we often mistake a change in horizon for a change in character. When a company begins quarterly capitalism, sacrificing long-term R&D for a 90-day stock bump, they haven't suddenly become bad people. They have suffered a temporal collapse. They have moved from a finite horizon to a zero horizon. The math changes. In a finite horizon, it makes sense to treat your customers well because you want them to come back in 5 years. In a zero horizon, it makes sense to scam them because you need the cash now to survive the day. As Stephen Kotler would argue, our biology is wired for the local and the linear, but we live in a global and exponential world. Evolution hasn't caught up. We are hardwired to collapse into the zero horizon the moment the wind starts to howl on our personal Everest. Why the horizon matters. The temporal horizon is the multiplier for the other 2 axes, meaning axis B requires a finite or eternal horizon. You cannot find meaning in a 3-second window of panic. Principled morality, axis C, requires a finite horizon. Principles are only valuable because they stay true over time. To understand why a system is failing, don't ask if the people are good. Ask what is their time preference. Are they looking at a century, a decade, or the next heartbeat? If you want to change the behavior, you have to extend the horizon.